Good morning everyone, it's Meg here. I'm in New York on the third day of the SDG Summit. Now this morning I'm up early and I'm in New York heading to the Unlock the Future Coalition breakfast. Now the Unlock the Future Coalition is basically a group of organizations who are all working towards working with young people and advocating for young people at an international level. So this morning it's really exciting because basically the Unlock the Future Coalition is working towards a plan for 2100. So we know what's going to happen until 2030, that's the SDGs, but then what happens afterwards? We as young people need to be focusing on what happens for our kids and our grandkids, and we need to be setting out a plan now so that we can start taking action on it and integrating into everything that we do. So this morning's breakfast is really exciting because it's what's called a CEO roundtable. So the idea is that we are all going to sit around a table, young leaders like myself from the organizations like Scouting, but then also the CEOs of those organizations, and we're going to have a tough conversation about what that future might look like and the role that we can play in making sure that that future comes to fruition. Hi everyone, we just finished at the Unlock the Future Coalition breakfast and our Secretary General of World Scouting, Ahmed, is here to tell us about how he thought it went.
It went really well. It was a very good discussion in terms of unlocking financing opportunities for youth organizations. World Scouting co-convened this with the United Nations Foundations. I think it's some really good ideas about how to ensure that we put young people first when designing funding instruments, and there's some really big commitments there and ensuring adding more resources for youth-led actions, youth-led organizations. And I think in Scouting we're very proud to be a co-convener of this very important discussion.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great discussion. We can't see what happens next.
Yeah, thank you.
So a very key part of being here with the World Scouting team is catching up and debriefing after big events and working out what our plan is for the rest of the day. So we are all chilling. So we are here right now at another networking event. It's an awesome opportunity to be amongst young people just like us, all from the Unlock the Future Coalition. So we are all here currently brainstorming with our sticky notes and texters to work out what we want the future to look like. What does it look like up until 2030? What are we going to do at our next SDG Summit? What do we need from world leaders right now and into the future to make sure that we make that a reality? So it's been great, especially to network with other young people from different organizations across the world. Hi everyone, so we just said goodbye to Uti. It's always a sad time because when we are in scouting contexts, when we meet people from across the world, we always instantly become friends. Now I'm going to head in towards Times Square, where I'm going to sit down and spend some time basically writing my script for a speech that I'm giving tomorrow. And then I have a reception near there tonight for an education piece. So I will take you there, but that's what I'm up to next. Hey everyone, I'm at the Uniting Generations and Sharing Power for Transforming Education event tonight. It's been awesome. There's been people from across the world, from all sorts of organizations, from places like non-formal scouting, but also educators on all levels, from teachers to people who run organizations at an international level. The conversation all about tonight has been, how do we share that power? How do we make sure that young people and all generations are having a conversation about transforming education? And it's been awesome. We had a session where we actually discussed what education meant to us personally, which was a really different question. We weren't allowed to talk about our organization. It was all about what it meant for us on a personal level. Someone said that it was about unlocking the potential for young people. Another person said it was about refinding our wisdom and our wonder. And I think refinding our wonder is such a special thing. But it's been an awesome night, and I'll show you what it's like. Good morning everyone. I am heading into the United Nations headquarters this morning. I have my pass, which gives me access to the SDG Action Zone. So we're heading to the SDG Action Zone this morning to check it out, to meet some new people, to learn some more about SDGs, and just to generally build relationships and talk about scouting. So I look forward to sharing it with you all. We just finished in the SDG Action Zone behind me, and it was a great session. There were so many conversations from so many people from across the world. There was actually a really big conversation about activism and what activism looks like, and the concept of activism being imagination, being an opportunity to imagine what the world might look like, but also for activism to play a really important role, because when we talk about policy and space in terms of decisions that are being made, they're always boiled down to like slogans and keywords, but the fact that everything is complex, that there's always so many different things that fit in together. There's so many things that you might impact when you don't realize it, so many stories that are all interwoven together, and that activism is a really important part in making sure that all of those stories are part of the solution, and all those stories are highlighted in the problem as well. That kind of intersectionality, which is really important. There was also a conversation about the importance of taking individual action and the fact that citizens are really going to drive this change. And we can't just wait for governments to take that change either. So how are we as individuals going to create change? Are we going to march? Are we going to turn up? Are we going to stop working for companies that don't support things that support things that we don't want them to support? Are we going to stop working for companies and stop choosing companies that are supporting fossil fuels and investing their money in areas that are damaging the world? And are we, most importantly, going to really speak up and vote and have that space, hold that space, and keep our leaders accountable when they get into Parliament as well? Ask them what they're doing, seeing how we can help and how we can ensure that they continue to act, because the whole conversation was, if you're not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. So yeah, it was a great session. We are officially leaving the SDG Action Zone, which is behind us. Throughout the week, we've been in here for many different events. It's been an essential part of the United Nations General Assembly and SDG Action Week, and it is situated right here in the middle of the United Nations. The consistent message was the fact that we need to have action. We need to stop talking and create action. And in the lead up to the Summit for the Future next year, a big part of this conversation is what is going to come out of this.
We want to be a part of the journey, a part of the story, and a part of the action, not the promises.
So this is it. It's a wrap. We've completed the SDG Action Weekend and the SDG Summit and the United Nations General Assembly. We've been here for a week as World Scouts, advocating for the importance of young people and of scouting in completing the Sustainable Development Goals and working towards creating a better world. We know that in 2023, this is our halfway point, but we've only completed 15% of the targets for the goals. We also know that young people are absolutely critical to the story. In fact, 1/3 of the SDG target specifically mentions and highlights the importance of young people in contributing to the global goals. It has been an absolutely incredible experience and opportunity to be here as a scout, to be here as a young person, and to be a part of the conversations that have happened behind these walls, in the SDG hub behind me, but also across New York. It's been an absolute honour to be a part of those conversations, to be listened to, and I really hope that we continue to be involved as young people in creating change towards the Sustainable Development Goals. This week has been something that I don't think I ever thought personally would happen for me. It's something that's always been on my bucket list. So to be here and to be a part of these conversations, and it's been an absolute privilege, an absolute honour, and I'm so excited to have been here, and World Scouting is so excited to have been in so many conversations, to have purple scarves everywhere, and I can't wait to see what happens next.